Hey guys, so I wanted to make a short video today regarding medications and how your intake of them might be affected by the coronavirus. So there have been a few papers I've seen put out recently cautioning people who are taking ibuprofen as well as angiotensin receptor blockers, ARBs, or ACE inhibitors. And so I want to get into that today because they are very common drugs that a lot of people take. So starting with ACE inhibitors and ARBs, basically the mechanism here is that ACE inhibitors prevent the conversion of angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2, whereas ARBs are angiotensin 2 receptor blockers. So they don't prevent the conversion, but they do block the actual end product there. So what angiotensin 2 does is it narrows blood vessels. That's one of the mechanisms by which it works. Therefore, if you can block that, you can prevent that narrowing and help blood pressure. They can also be used to treat kidney conditions as well as some other conditions. They're very, very common drugs. And so since a lot of people are taking them, I wanted to address that because I know some people are concerned about it. So first of all, if you're doing anything medically, any changes medically, talk to your medical doctor. I'm obviously not your medical doctor, so I would obviously consult them, see what they have to say on it. But the most recent guidelines I have seen say that you should not change medications at this point. The World Health Organization does not advise that because the people who have put that out there are basically using limited data and there's not a lot to support that. The reason that they are suspecting that you might have an issue with it is because it has been found that the virus is getting into the body through ACE2. And so when you take these medications, ACE2 is upregulated, so you have more of it. I think it's something like a 5-fold increase on average with ACE inhibitors and a 3-fold increase with ARBs. So either way, upregulation of ACE2 in theory could allow more virus to get into the human body. However, again, somewhat speculation. There are other people who have talked about how having these medications have prevented further spread of the virus in the body. Either way, it is obviously very early right now. We don't have a lot of data on it. So the current guidelines are to stay on the medication and talk to your medical doctor. I can post some links below of the current guidelines for anybody considering taking blood pressure medications who are currently on blood pressure medications and what the guidelines say. So the other big medication that everybody knows of is ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is also known as Advil, also known as Motrin. So this is not something that's typically prescribed to people other than short-term, maybe like 800 milligram doses. Usually you find the 200 milligram pills at a store and you'll take that. Some people take it after workout, although that's usually not recommended. People take it for minor aches and pains and most people tolerate it well. Again, though, ibuprofen upregulates and causes an increase in ACE2. So same mechanism there, same concern of having more virus get into the body. Again, speculative data. And so right now, people are not recommended to change what they would otherwise do. Now, for me, I don't recommend taking a lot of NSAIDs to begin with. Usually, I know some people who take it chronically, which is not good. I think if you need to take it, it's fine. However, if it's just for some minor aches, I would probably avoid it. Not because I think it's going to be a huge issue in terms of the virus, but just because it's not something that is really great to be taking all the time. So like I said, this is going to be a very short video. I just wanted to put this out there because I've seen people talk about it. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. The main point here would be that we just don't know a lot yet as far as the epidemiological data that's out there for this virus, how different medications, there's certainly other medications that might affect things. There are medications that people are trying to use to cure or to fix people's adaptive response to this virus that could be causing more harm long-term or even short-term. So unfortunately, there's just so much that's been going on and we don't have a lot of time. People are throwing different medications and ideas out there to do whatever we can. So I don't blame them. But, we still have to be cognizant here that we're going to follow the scientific method in order to come to the right conclusions for patients to have optimal results. So again, please consider talking to your medical doctor if you have any questions about this, but hopefully this video helps some of you guys out.